Live on Facebook. We live, buddy.
We are live. Well, hi. How are you, Justin?
Fantastic, buddy. Glad to be home.
Super glad to be home and to say hi to all you guys. And you know, it's kind of an awkward situation where we're in the midst. No, everything that's happening globally, it touches everybody's lives, whether near, close, or from far. Everybody is touched by the situation that's happening at the moment. And it's kind of funny, Justin, that amidst all of that, I'm looking at all the groups right now, and there's just so much excitement about Cash FX, buddy.
Blowing up all over the place, man.
Like some people were saying to me, Justin, you know what, guys? What's going to happen now? I mean, is Cash FX going to fall because Bitcoins went down like half of the price, and everybody thinks they're going to have a hard time paying us today? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I got paid today.
Yeah, now the withdrawals click. People have to realize 17,000 plus people at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday all click a withdrawal button at the same time. 45,000 plus, 45,000 plus successful paid out withdrawals in 8 months like clockwork.
So what that means, everybody, is let's all have just a little bit of indulgence, meaning that, okay, we all know that when you ask for a withdrawal, it sometimes happens within a couple of hours, Justin. We saw that sometimes, but sometimes it depends on what time you do it and how many people are actually asking it all at the same time. I've seen sometimes withdrawal happen the next day, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you know what it means, everybody? Let's change our language a little bit. Where when we're telling people that join us, you know, when you ask for a withdrawal, it can happen within 24 hours, or listen, it can happen within 36 hours. You know, let's give ourselves a little bit of margin. So this way, if somebody gets it after 4 hours, they're happy. If somebody gets it after 10 hours, they're happy. And if somebody has to wait 26, 27, or 28 hours, they'll already be conditioned to it, right? It's all a question of, how do you say that word? You know, when you want to...
it's called proper expectations.
Thank you very much, buddy. That's what I was looking for.
You need to set proper expectations with your members, because here's what happens. When a new member expects something to work a certain way, and then it doesn't work that way, they get angry because they expected it to work that way. And so it's about proper education and proper expectations. I forget who exactly it was, but she mentioned to me the other day that every single new member that comes into her group is required to read the FAQ. So there you go. The first thing you want your new members to do is to log into their back office and read the FAQs. It'll take them maybe a half an hour, and they will be fully updated, and all of their initial questions will be answered.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. Listen, everybody that's hopping on, we're 24 people. If you just want to say where you're from, please just give your name and where you're from. Like usual, it's always updated,
and all of their initial
let me just take the volume. So if you're tuning in, please let us know where you're from. Hi, JJ. Hi, Gustavo. Hi, Radom. Hi, DJ. Oh, DJ, my YouTube master. Sally, of course, Sally, we love you. Listen, while we were gone, Sally, you know, I've already told you lately, like how much I appreciate you. Well, I'm going to tell you that I'm not the only one. The whole Power team appreciates everything you're doing, Sally. You're a blessing to the team. While me and Justin were gone touring worldwide, like, listen, we've been touring for the last 4 or 5 months, everybody. And I hope you realize the effort that it took, because I'm not saying that it's not worth it. What I mean is it still takes a little bit of effort to be able to tour as much as we started like in South Africa. And then from there, of course, we had the Panama event. And from there, we went to Malaysia, to Philippines. And now we went back to Europe. We did the Netherlands, Poland. By the way, wow, the Poland event, Netherlands event, Justin, hey, wasn't that awesome?
Super electric.
Super electric, guys. A hi Redom from Norway. I'm sorry we couldn't come down, but as you saw, they had to cancel it. Everything was shutting down in Norway just when we were about to go there. And also for people in the UK, dear God, did me and Justin ever want to go there? It was amazing how much we wanted to be there. It really takes a lot to stop me and Justin from going somewhere, believe me, because even when we went the last time, buddy, you know, when we went to the Philippines and when we went to Malaysia the last time, there was already this kind of virus pandemic that was going around that we still went forward and we went there, right, buddy?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Waskar talked about that in his little address to the London group today, just about you and I and John and our leadership, that even amidst the chaos, we didn't even want to come home. Like they had an issue of a warning that we might not get back into the country to cause us to actually come home. And
listen,
yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to cut him, but I had to wake up Justin at 3 o'clock in the morning. We were in the Netherlands. I woke him up at 3. He says, "What are you doing at 3 o'clock?" He says, "Justin, Donald Trump just went online and said that if you don't get back by Friday, you're going to have to go through verifications." So when I saw that, I know that Canada always follows up suit right away with the US. But you know what? It's not only that, my dear friends. Now, I don't want to put all this in on the front stage because we all understand that we have to take everything with a little bit of grain of salt. You know, everything that's on the news, I believe most of it, but you also have to be careful of what they also share with you. But one thing is certain, there is a little bit of uncertainty with all this story. So with all of that, we're human, me and Justin. So, you know, we get hammered once, twice, we have our family and this and that. So it was really getting to us and okay, it's enough. Let's take a step back. But you know why we wanted to come online today? The real reason we wanted to come online with everybody was to share with you guys. Do you realize that we're here in Canada? I don't know about the US, Justin, but they're telling everybody to stay at home, not to travel. If you can't work from home, are they doing the same thing in your countries?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not telling people not to go to work.
Okay.
I mean, the people that have jobs are going to work, but a lot of people's employments are being affected.
Big time.
I mean, I was talking to 2 of the flight attendants, and 2 of the flight attendants on my flight from Detroit down to Jacksonville basically got put on temporary notice because they know that they're not going to be as busy. And so were talking about getting a part-time job. And I asked the 2 of them, I said, have you ever considered a work-at-home business? And they had both tried something that wasn't successful because they, you know, didn't have the right vehicle. They didn't have the right mentor. And I sent both of them some information. You know, you look at people you were talking about the restaurant business. You know, most people are not going to be going out to eat and letting other people touch their food during these times.
Listen, my girlfriend works at a restaurant, Justin, and she came back yesterday and she said she barely had anybody all day.
No customers.
Nobody's going out. Like
No.
Everybody's scared of going out. So you understand all the people that have, because not, you know, unfortunately, you know, it's funny because when we did the live event the other day, I think it was John Kinnear. Thanks, by the way, John, for kind of mentioning that. He came on tour with us. John Kinnear is the chief marketing officer in CashFX. Well, on tour, he told the people that, I don't know, like 80% of the people that are 45 years old don't even have money aside. And honestly, there's a bit of a truth there. So a lot of people don't even have money aside. Can you imagine what it means to people that are living day by day, that have jobs that are just barely arriving, and all of a sudden they get to a point where their income stops or they just get laid off? I mean, it's really not funny. Yes, I know that the governments are trying to come forth now and helping societies left and right with a whole bunch of funds, you know, that they're going to be printing. But in the meantime, what about all the other people in CashFX right now that have teams, that are blowing up teams, that are creating an extra income from home? Aren't we happy right now to be in CashFX, guys and gals? Hey, guys and gals, do you realize how blessed we are to be in this amazing? And you know what's funny is some people were saying, I'm going to let Justin explain that because I like his comment, he explains finances more than me. I had some guys come up to me, says, Luigi, what happens now that Bitcoins went down like 50%? Are they going to have trouble paying us on Saturday? Do you want to explain to everybody why they're not going to have trouble, Justin?
Absolutely. We addressed this yesterday or the day before in the live. But what you have to understand is we have an external revenue source. I mean, that's the simple explanation is we are generating money through trading. And so even for the Bitcoin that comes in, remember, all of our funds are not sent to the broker. There is a very organized and structured risk management to the business model of CashFX. But when the Bitcoin comes in, that Bitcoin is converted into fiat, and then that fiat is sent to the broker to trade. And so, you know, the companies that are going to have a hard time paying are the companies that really aren't doing anything with your Bitcoin, because they're going to take a hit in the market. You know, that balance, everybody got paid today. 17,000 plus members got paid today. Some people got paid $30 or $40. Some people got paid a few $100s. Some people got paid a few $1,000s. Some people got paid 5 figures today. 5 figures, $10,000 and above. And so that money that's sitting in your balance right now is protected because it's not Bitcoin yet. It has not been affected by the volatility of the market. And so when you go and you click that withdraw button, and then your number comes up to be paid out, at that time when it's pushed to your wallet, it's pushed based on the current value, market value of the Bitcoin. And so it's protected from the volatility of Bitcoin here at CashFX. Very, very, very important detail for all of you to understand and to go out there and share with your prospects. And then just to piggyback on what Luigi said previously, is the fact that we are all connected to so many people that could benefit from what we have. And what I want you guys to start doing, what we want you to start doing, is to start using the trust is earned, not given introduction. What I mean by that is we want people to start small. We're okay with you starting with $300. We understand that trust is earned, not given. And so some of these people don't trust Waskar and Edwin like we do. They may not trust Luigi and Justin like you do, but they might trust you enough to get started for 300. And so what I've been telling people is, listen, put your wallet away. We don't want 10,000. We don't want 20,000. I understand that trust is something that's earned. Get started for 300 so you can see on the inside how the project works. And as you gain trust and confidence in this project, in the owners, in the technology, in the consistency, in the performance, then you can decide to move in larger funds if you're able to do so. So it's been working real well, guys. Have them come in small, grow some trust in the project, and then go from there, buddy.
Thank you very much. And just one last time, try to understand something. A lot of companies that are not really trading, because how many times have we been given companies that tell us that they're using our money to trade, that you can only believe it, meaning that they can't prove it to you. You only have to go and believe. Well, I don't believe many companies anymore. We've been burned too many times. And so all of the people that we're reaching out to, a lot of them have been burnt also. So trust is not easy to believe. Now in CashFX, it's real. They're really trading with our money. That's why when we come in with whatever package we want, we're actually coming in with Bitcoins, but it's converted to fiat right away. And that's what they trade on. And when you actually go to withdraw, guys, you know, that's when it actually is converted back to Bitcoin. So in the meantime, it's in a stable coin. That's why we're not hurting. That's why it doesn't matter what happened. Yes, what matters is this. If you take out Bitcoins, okay, what you're taking out every week, well, it can go up and down in value. But as long as you keep it in the back office, I'm sorry, it's going to stay at the same value of the stable coin. So once you understand all of that, and hey, it's funny, the other day I was calling. By the way, before I continue with this, I want to say to hi, everybody online. There's so many beautiful comments. You guys are amazing. You know, me and Justin, we really do appreciate all of you.
All of the support has been amazing.
It's crazy, man. So many beautiful comments, so much love, appreciation. And hey, let's show some love and some likes on this post, okay? and you guys are amazing. But that's what keeps us running. That's why we're doing all these live events. Now, we had an awesome time in Poland and Netherlands, and I promise you, UK, okay, I know that you had a live event today, and it went awesome. Congratulations to all the leaders that stepped up to do it actually amidst the situation and chaos. Just congratulations, guys. Okay, you guys are an inspiration. But I promise you, hey, Justin, I think you can promise it too with me. UK is going back.
Oh, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're going to be pretty busy at the end of this year. We're planning on coming to Africa. We've already identified Nigeria 100%. Zim is probably going to be a location, and then somewhere in Durban, if not both. We might do Joburg and Durban.
Johannesburg and Durban, yes. So
that's a definite.
Africa. 3 places for sure.
Nigeria, we're coming back to Europe, and we're coming back to Asia.
Asia, we're going to go back to Malaysia, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we already have a good group there.
We promised Connie and the team in China something over in that part of the neck of the woods. It might be Bangkok.
How about the Philippines?
Thailand.
I mean, the Philippines are really crushing it again.
Philippines, yep.
And now, does it mean that we can't go back to? We never went to Singapore yet, but we have a team building there. You know, when it comes to, somebody said to me, Luigi, why aren't you coming here? We're going everywhere. Everywhere where we see a team that actually building, you know, where we have some leaders to be able to take care of an event, to get at least 100 people or more at this place. Well, that's the places that we're doing, guys. And it's not because we're not here choosing or like we're really just going with what we can do. You know, sometimes in life, you do what you can. You don't always do what you want. You know, a little bit like a Rolling Stone song. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. You know. That's
right. So, we're going where we're needed right now. Absolutely, 100%.
This is an amazing time to be alive. I'm so happy about this live today. There was so much an important message, and I mean, there's so much excitement throughout the groups. Justin called me today on a post, said, "Man, did you see that? Amidst all this confusion and chaos, there's so much excitement in all the chats." I said, "I know, buddy, it's crazy." Well, isn't it an amazing time to be alive, to be in Cash FX, to be building right now? So let's do something. This is my message, and I'm going to let Justin end with his if I forgot anything, because I think we touched on what we wanted to share. Yes, we're going to be taking a step back on live events. Okay, that's the message. I think it's normal.
Well, we're gonna be doing live events. We're gonna be doing them virtual.
Thank you.
So we're gonna be doing many live events over the next 90 days, virtually. We're gonna be moving the Canadian tour to a virtual tour. So Montreal, Quebec, Vancouver, and Toronto. Those dates are still set. The dates are still set. We're working with the corporate team at Cash FX to get YouTube live streaming links set up over the next 72 hours. We should have some links and some virtual looking flyers to promote those events. I can tell you, because Waskar already mentioned it, keep your eye out for an email. There's going to be an email coming out regarding the next corporate event. That corporate event is going to be a 1-year anniversary. I'm not going to get into a lot of the detail, but I can tell you, again, due to what's going on in the world and the travel restrictions and the amount of money that the company is going to be investing in that corporate event, there's going to be also in that email some information regarding the ribbon cutting. So that's our corporate headquarters, our global headquarters in Panama City, Panama. It's on track for an inaugural official opening with a ribbon cutting event, I believe, in April. And so there's going to be some details for those of you that want to actually attend that event. And then I believe the corporate event is going to be around the month of July, which will actually be our 1-year anniversary. And as you all know, the most difficult time in any company's history is that first year. And I've got to say, the execution, the bug-free, error-free execution that we have seen from Cash FX, from Ron and the conversion pros on the infrastructure, from Edwin and the traders and EverFX on the software and the trading side, and then Waskar and the corporate team on everything else. You guys comment below if you agree with me. Hashtag execution. if you agree that the execution has been pretty much perfect up to this point, where it's been the most, it's usually the most difficult time for a company is within the first 12 months.
I want to see some I agrees here on that last comment here. Listen, so basically, to coordinate all of that is, are we kind of slowing down with what's happening in the world? No, we want to use this situation to actually step it up. Why? Because everybody needs something like this. Everybody needs an extra income. Everybody needs a home from work solution. Well, listen, even if it's only 30% of their income, 40%, 20%.
That's right.
Half of, whatever it is, you know what, whatever it is, whatever situation can always help. Sometimes, you know, in a bad situation, somebody falls sick in your family. Don't you want to have that extra income? Or how about if you just want to change that new car, bring your spouse to a vacation? When? Because at a certain point, vacations are going to go back live. I mean, this is not eternal. We've seen, unfortunately, situations like this throughout human history, and they always kind of resolve themselves. But in the meantime, you know that, because it's funny, because even in a time of war, I want you to understand this. During a war, a lot of people lose their lives and a lot of people lose everything, right? I mean, everything. But even in a war, you still have some people that profitize on that war, meaning that they actually come out of that richer than they were before. Now, what I mean by that is that even in this time of chaos, a little bit of uncertainty, what we need to do is be careful as a human race. I think that I don't want anybody here to get sick, please. I want everybody to be careful.
Yep.
I think it's kind of smart as a community, as a company, and as leaders. I think it's a smart to all take a step back a little bit. I think I don't know if it's wrong to say, but we should almost, you know, let's go online a little bit more. You know, let's forget the live events. You know, like close rapport. Just for a little while. It's not like if it's stopping anybody, right, Justin? We can work as much as before. We can do live Zooms. Hey, leaders from any country, you guys could be doing trainings, formations with your teams. You could be doing one-on-one, three-way calls. You can do team meetings on, listen, we have the technology. I remember 30 years ago when I was, 25 years ago, because sometimes I had too many years, but 25 years ago when I went to see ACN for the first time, back then, we didn't have all this technology. We had to go into a room, and that was the only way of getting new people to come in, was bringing people to a meeting. But in this day and age, you can actually do it online. You can do it on Zoom, on whatever format that you want to do. Now, are live events necessary? Of course they're necessary. Are you serious? Listen, Marcin, he's online right now. I had an amazing time with him and his team. To be able to go live, to meet people, they see you in their face. It's not the same thing. Of course it helps. But now what I am saying is that we can still use this situation, and everybody just take your teams to the next level, because this way that when we get back to normality and we can start going live all over the world again, me and Justin, you'll even be in a better position than you are now. That's what I think that everybody should do. Do you agree, Justin?
100%. 100%.
I have a question. When are we coming to Nigeria? That's one of the first place, meaning that
as soon as we can.
But it's going to be one of the first places. Okay, I'm serious. I can see
as
the
soon
Nigeria
as we can.
team. It's one of the hot spots right now. So I can tell you that as soon as we can, we're coming to Nigeria, baby.
As soon as we can.
So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Stay safe. Practice some good hygiene. What can you do? You know, just listen to the recommendations that all the specialists are doing. Be careful not to watch too much TV, because you know, like don't just get in complete negativity there. Like try to
don't sit in front of the news. All you're going to do is worry yourself. Please don't sit in front of the news. Be careful. Stay away from large groups of people. Follow good personal hygiene. Wash your hands. Carry some sanitizer, and let's continue to push forward. Also, stay aware of the page here. We're going to be dropping in a video here probably today. We did a master's training while we were in Netherlands. We did a master's training. We were able to record that. So I'll be working on some editing today, and then we'll be dropping that in here for you guys to share with your groups. Very, very valuable. So we'll get that out to you today.
Yeah, that's true. That was a very good
There
training.
tomorrow.
John Kinnear shared some very good information.
We all did. We'll be getting some really good information to you guys from a mastermind training. So next day or so, we'll get it edited and we'll get it kicked out to you guys. I'm good, buddy. Let's wrap it up.
God bless everybody. We'll see you on the next live.
Take care, guys.